I'm Mark Small, Civil Discourse Now for September 20th, 2022. Just to let you in on a little secret, Ron DeSantis, the governor of Florida, is that coming through? It says, okay, no, sarcasm. I didn't have something would say it heavily enough. DeSantis of Florida, this is beautiful. As cruel and as cynical as that bastard is, he sends the immigrants from Venezuela to Massachusetts. Acknowledges today that Florida doesn't have a mass immigration problem. He's just he didn't say he was going to pander to anybody. But what he didn't realize is that by subjecting those immigrants to fraud, to carry them across state lines, they became victims of crime. And as a consequence, under federal law, they're entitled to legal immigrant status. Now, that's just really showing what an idiot he is. And, his hatefulness was really carrying him on. Let's talk about any kind of problems with immigration we have in this country. We've had a problem with it for a long time, as I believe the indigenous peoples, if they were still, many of them were killed by the Europeans coming into the country here. They would say that they had a problem with immigrants. The people from Europe didn't get far from the shore for about 100 years. They landed, and the people who were here thought that the Europeans were dumb and filthy and really wouldn't survive. But the Europeans had weapons, and eventually that beat decency and any kind of civilization. So what are we going to do about immigration problems? Well, unlike the Republican Party in this iteration, its leadership says there is no crisis at the border. There have been problems at the southern border for decades at different times. But if anything was going to be done as far as resolving that, if anything was going to be done to resolve the problem with the southern border or with immigration as far as any kind of overall plan, comprehensive plan for immigration, that was something that came up in 2007 under George W. Bush's administration, 2006, and the Republican leadership in the House blocked it, I believe, and in 2013, it couldn't get through, even though both leadership in both parties supported it. It didn't get past Republican blockage. Now, that raises an important point, and that is that the Republican Party became the party of no under Jesse Helms. He's dead now. He was a senator from North Carolina. He's dead. He said, I'm the senator of no. In other words, he's blocking things. What sense does that make? It doesn't. So we have a problem with immigration. Well, we've been a nation of immigrants. And so we need to make sure that we have means by which people can be here and become part of our society here. There are some people who just buy their way in and do illegal things, like the Russians who came in by buying condos from Trump. And for that, he should be facing consequences, and he probably soon will be. That aside, one final point this evening I want to make is that there is some concern about the First Amendment. And the First Amendment protects free expression. And the free expression it protects is wide-ranging, but it's most notable, and the protections are greatest when it comes to political speech. One aspect of political speech, historically, has concerned flag burning. I have blogged on that and did a couple of things on here about it. We're going to get into that more thoroughly over the next couple of Civil Discourse Now segments. And we will be doing a thing kind of examining it in an outdoor setting, such as it were. This is Mark Swallow, Civil Discourse Now. It's September 20th, 2022. Have a nice evening.